But the energy of that scared little boy is so ferocious. Nothing can stop it.
Do you think there's a fighter that truly walks into that ring with absolutely no fear?
If he does, he's not going to be a good fighter.
With each camp, it gets harder and harder and harder. We bring in more sparring. I'm learning more things, so there's more information and data to process every single day, and my coaches are always pushing me to become better.
Why would I want to watch Jake Paul? Well, because like I said, he's got the best equipment, he's got the best trainers, he's got the best team that money can buy. If you can take snippets of that for in your training, you know, he's doing something.
Mike Tyson expresses a great sense of approval in his first remarks following his training with Jake Paul for the Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. bout. Mike Tyson seems to like Jake Paul's unafraid demeanor, pointing out that self-assurance like his is crucial in the ring. He has also stated that new boxers and exciting bouts are the reason boxing is becoming more popular. This new energy is helping the sport grow and reach wider audiences, Mike says.
Really?
Right.
Boxing's only going up.
Right.
It can't, you can't take it no lower. No, I'm serious. I'm not being funny. You can't take, this is what you do when you can't do nothing else.
Yep.
Now they do it for pride, but this game started only if you can't do nothing else. This is
So you think this is necessary for the business, for the sport of boxing?
Absolutely. But these guys are college graduates. That's what makes it good. That's what brings it broadens horizons of boxing. It broadens people's horizons, and they understand boxing more as a skillful art, more so than some kind of brutality.
Jake Paul revealed that he is in the finest physical condition of his life and that this training camp has been the best of his career. He said he was looking forward to the battle and described Julio as the hardest opponent he has ever faced. He is still focused and self-assured, though. Jake stated that his goal is to motivate children. He sees this battle as a significant step towards his goal of becoming a world champion and demonstrating that hard effort, dedication, and belief can make any dream come true. It also shows that even people who start with nothing can triumph if they stay devoted.
In preparation for Saturday night?
Yeah, it's been my best camp. Statistically speaking, just the best shape of my life. We tracked all the numbers and data from all of my camps, and like heart rate, weight, punch output, all of these things. So I'm in the best shape of my life, and camp went amazing, so I'm very excited. I'm just continuing to elevate as a fighter. With each camp, it gets harder and harder and harder. We bring in more sparring. I'm learning more things, so there's more information and data to process every single day, and my coaches are always pushing me to become better. Yeah, Julio is a former world champion. He is the most experienced fighter I've fought to date. And it's going to be a really good test of my skills, and depending on the performance that I put on, the sanctioning bodies in boxing will give me a ranking, and once I have that ranking, I'm able to go and fight for a world title. So this can set me up to become world champion and to be able to attain and get a world championship fight done. Yeah, I think a lot about inspiring the next generation. That's a big part of the reason I'm still so adamant about becoming world champion, because it will prove to kids that they can go into something at zero and make it all the way to the top in 6 to 7 years time if they fully set their mind to it.
According to Jeff, an Olympic medalist who is now a commentator, he gave his opinion on Jake Paul's training before the bout against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Jake has an advantage because of his wealth, which allows him to hire the finest boxers, including top trainers, knowledgeable dietitians, and state-of-the-art facilities. Everything about Jake is of the highest caliber. Jeffrey thinks that this investment is essential to improving Jake's performance and is not only for show. Jake benefits from the framework around him, which helps him develop, improve his strategy, and enter the ring more prepared and confident than most newbies can.
Huge advantage of having money is he can hire the best team in the world. He can have the best things possible. Like, he's got a hyperbaric chamber in his home, but he's got the best kind of chamber. This is helping him with recovery. Normal fighters can't afford to do this. So because of this, he's got that advantage. Now you might be thinking, well, him getting in a hyperbaric chamber for recovery is not going to help him be a better boxer. Well, my friend, let me tell you, it is. And the reason why it is, if you think you've done a hard boxing training session and you've got another one the next day because fighters train like once, twice, even 3 times a day, you're going to recover faster. If you recover faster, what happens? You perform better on the next session. So let's just say an average boxer is progressing like this because they're not recovering properly. Jake Paul is recovering and progressing like this. We've seen how fast he has progressed, whether you like him or not. He's come from 0 boxing experience to where he's at now. Now you might be saying, well, Tony, he's fighting old men. Oh, mate. Just look at who Floyd Mayweather fought on his 6th fight, then look at who Jake fought on his 6th fight, and just see here the comparisons right there. Now back to the money. Having that money, he's doing hyperbaric chambers. He's got the best sports scientists, the best trainers around. And if I was still fighting right now and I couldn't afford what Jake's got, what I would be doing is watching what he's doing. Now you might think that is absolutely crazy. Why would I want to watch Jake Paul? Well, because like I said, he's got the best equipment, he's got the best trainers, he's got the best team that money can buy. If you can take snippets of that for in your training, you know, he's doing something right.
Paul has an inherent advantage due to his youth. He is full of vitality, endurance, and explosive striking power. He exercises hungry, his body is new, and he recovers more quickly. Julio, however, has experienced more than just fights in the ring. He has recently struggled with substance abuse and rehabilitation, have sparked inquiries over his discipline and conditioning. Even though Julio has more experience, Jake's strength and speed may be the difference, particularly in later rounds. This already fascinating contest is further enhanced by the disparity in their individual journeys.
With addiction issues like he has for so long in his pro career, this fight does become a little bit of a dangerous one for Jake. Not because Chavez Jr. is in his prime anymore. He's still going to be a shell of that early 20s Julio Cesar Chavez. But with 60 wins under his belt, if there is still any of that muscle memory left, there's still any go left in his body, because again, I hate to keep referring to it, doing drugs or having addiction issues does take its toll on your body, and sometimes it isn't recoverable, especially as you're going up in weight. Julio Cesar Chavez, not a normal cruiserweight, so he's going to be moving up as he gets older. How does that entail what he's going to do in this fight? I don't know, but I'll tell you, I watched him ringside against Uriah Hall, and it wasn't an impressive performance when he beat Uriah Hall in a 6-round fight. Honestly, when I watched the fight back, it looked like the only reason he beat Uriah Hall in that fight was because Uriah, like most MMA fighters, when they come to boxing, don't take credence of the rule set, right? They get hit with a ton of shots that don't hurt them, but also they're getting hit with shots that are scoring against them. Uriah Hall didn't look overwhelmed in that fight at all.
Jake Paul's latest training camp signals a clear shift in focus. While the familiar flashy Instagram clips remain, there's a growing seriousness behind them. His footwork has sharpened.
Wash it down with process, but they on PWP. Like, I ain't gonna be lying, I don't trust no more. Nigga, it's just what it is. I had to tell what to say. It's just what it is.
And his punches now carry better timing and rhythm, evidence of a maturing skill set. The energy in his camp reflects that change. His team is pushing him through intense sparring sessions and detailed technical drills, understanding that this next opponent isn't just for show, he's a real test. Jake's not just chasing viral moments anymore. He's working to earn respect. From the boxing community, his previous matchup with Mike Tyson carried historic weight, but limited competitive danger. Tyson at 58 brought legendary status, but lacked the endurance and quickness of his prime. This upcoming fight against Julio is different. Julio remains close to his physical peak, with the ring intelligence, reaction speed, and cardiovascular conditioning to stay dangerous deep into the rounds. He may not be the fighter he once was, but he can still capitalize on a moment's lapse, critical factor in boxing, where seconds matter. This makes Julio a far more serious challenge than Tyson. For Jake, this isn't just another event. It's a proving ground against a legitimate boxer.
What do you think about when you see some of these matches? Like they just said, didn't they just have Jake Paul was gonna fight
Tyson?
What do you think about that shit, man?
It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
It's fucking dumb, I think.
Like, well, what are you expecting? What do you think the outcome's going to be?
Well, I think...
Because I thought that Jake Paul would have lost by now, even fighting these guys at some stage, but he keeps winning. Like, I know that they're not, like, in their prime or whatever, but the whole background was fighting.
That's a good point.
And he keeps, like, somehow pulling it out. Like, if he pulls this one out, I don't care how old Mike Tyson gets. I'm not even fighting that guy until... Because he actually sat down on my show. He's fucking crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I felt... I'm not fighting. Even if he's 70 years old, I'm not fighting him.
He just felt like he had that danger in him?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
well, I asked him, what would you be if you weren't a boxer? He said, a fucking criminal. Like, stone cold eyes. And I'm like, okay, nice.
Admits that this fight is essentially different from the others, having witnessed Jake's ascent from close quarters. This struggle carries the prospect of actual defeat, whereas previous ones were spectacles that made headlines. Logan is aware that Julio has grown up watching boxing matches against elite opponents and is familiar with the subtleties of actual ring action. This is a true test of ability and passion, not a predetermined plot. Grit, perseverance, and flexibility will be more important than pre-fight showmanship or viral knockouts. Jake is entering a field where he cannot succeed with only his brand.
Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
I think it's one of his toughest fights.
It's definitely his toughest fight. Jake, I feel like, has gotten stiffed a few times this year with who his opponents were gonna be. This is what I don't understand about people hating on him. He's not fighting tomato cans. Every single person that he fought had a chance to beat him, and by the way, people believed that they were probably going to beat
every time.
This guy is a real boxer, so it'll be another opportunity to show that Jake Paul is a real boxer.
Otto, who is renowned for his perseverance and longevity in the sport, highlights an important fact that many boxing fans overlook. Experience isn't just determined by age or fitness level. Julio has faced cuts, exhaustion, the scrutiny of judges, and all the foul techniques of the game when he entered championship fights under duress. According to Rosado, Julio's expertise may be the fight's unseen weapon. Jake might be quick and ferocious in the beginning, but what happens when the rounds lengthen and the strategies change? Jake hasn't yet demonstrated Julio's ability to change tactics in the middle of a battle.
We got a lot to get to on the show, and I want to start with Jake Paul. This week, Jake's fight with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was formally announced with a press conference in LA. Paul and Chavez Jr. will meet in a cruiserweight fight. Jake is coming off a win over Mike Tyson last summer. A lot of people watched that. Chavez Jr. has not fought since beating MMA fighter Uriah Hall just around the same time. Some have said this is a good fight for Jake Paul, Gabe, noting that Chavez is a former world title holder, even though that was more than a decade ago. Others have criticized it as kind of a sideshow, given that Chavez is pushing 40 and probably a decade past his best days. Where do you stand on this? What do you think of this fight?
Well, I had to take some time to think about it, man, because when it was first done, when the fight was first made, I felt that it was just, I kind of compared it a little bit to the Mike Tyson situation. Mike Tyson fight, I don't really consider that an official fight. You know what I mean? Even though it was ruled a official boxing match. But because, Chavez is just very inconsistent. You know what I mean? And, I really don't know his habits. He has a bad track record on, preparing. But look, man, if Chavez comes in at least 60%, then I think Jake really has a fight, because one thing that Chavez has is experience. He may not have the youth, and the agility that Jake has right now, but he does have the experience, and I think that experience would give Jake a problem.
I completely agree with you. I think this is an excellent fight for Jake Paul. Officially, he is 11-1. But he's really like 2-1 as a boxer. He's fought Tommy Fury. He fought a couple of no-name cruiserweights. I guess if you want to throw Mike Perry into that list, you can say he's 3-1. But against guys that are traditional boxers.
I like it. He was a little listless. He can get listless. But he's big. He's schooled in boxing.
It just does nothing for me.
Yeah, it is a challenge though. It's a legit challenge, right? He's probably
he got his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped by Anderson Silva. Jake's already beat Anderson Silva, so it's like
if he shows up for the fight, if he's really training, He's fairly tough. How old is he now?
39.
Oh wow.
He's 40.
Oh wow.
I don't think that one's gonna get big numbers. It's just like, all right, it's not a good next step. It's almost like he's going backwards.
But
now.
wouldn't you say it's a good challenge for him?
No,
he's gonna beat him.
Yes. No, it's not a good challenge because he already got his ass whooped by Anderson. You know, it doesn't do much. I guess it keeps Jake active, and it's a boxer.
Yeah.
But the boxing, you're still gonna get validation from the boxing community, which is what he wants. It keeps him busy, I guess. So that's good.